We're not a top-down organisation. We're an organisation of really smart individuals working passionately to achieve sustainable development. I'm John Thwaites, and I'm the chair of Monash Sustainable Development Institute and Climate Works Centre. 2023 was a difficult year. It's possibly the worst year we've had geopolitically for many years, with major conflicts. That geopolitical conflict has really set back sustainable development at a global level, and it's made it harder for things like action on climate change or on addressing poverty.
I'm Tony Capon, Director of the Monash Sustainable Development Institute. 2023 was the midpoint of the Sustainable Development Goal process. So it was a really important year for sustainable development around the world. The pandemic has also disrupted our progress on sustainable development, and we're now well off track on key sustainable development goals. At MSDI, we were greatly honoured to have two of our staff as active contributors to the UN's Global Sustainable Development Report. And the Secretary-General commissions this major report. So it was a great honour for us at MSDI to have Shirin Malikpour and Cameron Allen as key contributors to that report.
I think there were some green shoots. We did see a massive growth in renewable energy throughout the world. We saw the world at the COP28 inching towards more action and understanding that we don't have a future in fossil fuels. I think we did achieve a lot in 2023. Climate Works, for example, really expanded its footprint in Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia. We developed the Seafoam project, which is going to show how we can use the sea and things like mangroves or offshore wind to reduce emissions in Indonesia. And we produced the Energy Transitions Initiative, which really was a groundbreaking report that showed that Australia can get to net zero in the resources sector by 2050. In MSDI, we also advanced the net zero transition with our work in health. We're setting up a consortium to work that out with the hospitals, with the health sector themselves. So we're seeing across Climate Works and MSDI really practical approaches to achieving that net zero transition. And I think it demonstrates the real value that we have in being able to identify what good looks like and how to get there.
One milestone for us was COP28, the 28th Conference of the Parties under the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. This was the first time that Monash University had had a pavilion at this important conference. MSDI and Climate Works have been actively engaged with these processes for many years, but we really ramped it up this year. While the outcomes of COP28 were a bit disappointing in terms of the determination to act quickly enough on climate change, there were some positives from the COP28 process. For the first time, fossil fuels are specifically called out in the final communique, and notably for us at MSDI, it was the first time there was a strong focus on health. There was a health day at COP28, and there was a meeting of health ministers, and we hosted a number of very relevant events at our pavilion, including a meeting of Pacific health ministers.
Our job here at Monash Sustainable Development Institute and Climate Works is to accelerate the action that is going to get us to the goals and get us to net zero.
Our RISE program, supported by the Wellcome Trust and focused on nature-based solutions for water and sanitation in Fiji and Indonesia, and our Fire to Flourish program, building resilience in communities badly affected by extreme weather events, bushfires and floods, for example. These missions for sustainability They're the way to deliver on the SDGs. This year we also welcomed Michaela Heher to the MSDI executive, and she takes on a new role in the executive as Director of Strategy and Engagement.
I think we've got a really exciting agenda for 2024, and it's based on the flagship projects that we identified as part of our strategy. Things like the circular economy. This is an area we've worked in before, but we're going to pull together the programs across MSDI and do a real initiative on the circular economy. Another big area for us is going to be expanding our footprint in Asia, particularly Southeast Asia, at the Monash Malaysia campus and Monash Indonesia. We're looking at having hubs for MSDI in those places, working on programs like education with the teams in Southeast Asia. And we've got so much to learn from each other as we do that.
Thanks are due to all of our staff at MSDI across all our teams and to all of our students, which is such an important part of our work here in the Institute. Our partners, of course, we couldn't do the work without strong engagement across society and the support of our funders. These are all critical elements of this work we do on sustainable development.
I'd really like to thank everyone at MSDI and ClimateWorks.